Hey y'all, finally put my trees in. Wanted to show y'all. Oh, this is Boveda, the Bosque pear tree. I think I already introduced y'all to Luella. She's a plum, Methley plum. This is Francine. No, this is Fiona fig, and this is Francine the nectarine. I just thought I'd introduce y'all real quick. Also, want to show y'all a couple of things I got from the feed store today. So thankfully, our previous tenants left this trash can as well as that one. So I used that to hold some of my fertilizers and extras that I just leave outside because, as you can see, I have a lot going on. I'm gonna move that pear tree. So to the left you see a pear tree, to the right that's a peach tree I got from Tractor Supply. I'll be moving that to the backyard on my deck soon. Just haven't done it yet. Just got a lot of work to do. And I also just watered them. So anyway, I got this huge bag of perlite. I was gonna get 2 small bags, but it just didn't make sense when this big old, 40-pound bag is like $40, not $40, it was like $29, it was like $30. I also got some Southern Giant mustard greens. I intend to use some of those as a microgreen. I'm gonna try it out a little bit, as well as a full broadleaf green, because I like mustard greens too. Also, picked up some bone meal, just a little bit, not a whole bunch, 5 pounds. And I picked up some blood meal. I was very weird about blood meal for some reason, but let's just keep it up. Excuse my nail, I got on personal ones. But we gotta be realistic. That's how they used to do it. They used everything. They buried everything when we planted. And so, in my mind, I think I am by trying to be I don't want to use nothing called blood meal. It just felt weird. But over time, just like anybody else, you start to realize, all right, this is my personal hang up, not a real issue. So, yeah. That's pretty much that for right now, y'all. I'm just picking stuff up, putting this lid back on that trash can. Whew. I also just want some general maintenance. So credit, but actually my homeboy took my sand and put it out here because I have some sludge, since it's like a downward slope. Oh, you know what? Some coreopsis seeds. Those coreopsis seeds I showed you, and some sunflower seeds. I put those in here. Pretty excited for that. Let me take a seat. So, what else have I done? I threw down some wild bird seed along the edge of this little area in my backyard. Of course, I put the trees down. So with the trees, I kind of kept it simple. I dug a hole, put some compost in the hole, and I also mixed some compost with my native soil. It's quite clayey. Like I would say the top 2 inches, which is also full of grass roots, it's good, but when you dig down, child, that is clay. So I figure everything I can do helps. I was really excited because I looked at one of my garden bed. The garden bed that I didn't do the cardboard on the bottom, I did the playground mulch, the wood chip mulch. I laid that on the bottom, I say about maybe 2 inches at the most. And I didn't dig super deep, and I found worms. So I feel like I really did something. I'm really proud that I saw that, because I feel like, I don't know, how you watch, videos and they always talk about when you see worms and stuff like that, that means there's life in your soil and you're on the right track because they want to be there. And so I did find a worm, and I actually moved them. I moved them to that small plot that I told you I put those sunflower seeds and those coreopsis seeds. My plan is to build up that soil in that little patch. And the sunflowers and the coreopsis as well, but the sunflowers more so is also to pay homage to a good friend of mine who passed away. She's like my sister. She passed away about a year and a half going on to, it'll be 2 years the end of this year. And sunflowers was her favorite flower, and of course sunflowers are absolutely beneficial. to your soil to attract pollinators. Also, as they grow and they come, they grow their heads. When you chop them down, they're very nutritious for your soil and for your compost. And even though, like, in a weird way, like, looking at all the benefits, you should also Google the attributes of sunflowers, and it's just like so on time for that to be her favorite flower. Just because of, she was just an amazing person. Like, she didn't want to be on anyone's pedestal, but she was such a great example, and she was such a great example of what it is to be an honest to God true friend. We have a very close friend group. You probably picked up on that, seeing me talk about my friends who's come over and they help me do things and stuff like that, or me picking up stuff from my friends. That's just how we are. That's just how we are with each other. And there's quite a few of us go Valdosta State. That's where I met a lot of them. So go Blazers. Quit playing. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. If you know, you know. I remember seeing this video. It was so funny. I know it's not gardening related, but maybe it is. Because sometimes you need to let people know, sometimes you could fertilize the soil by letting people know don't play with you. But there was this girl who did a video and it went viral, and she was talking about being in college, and like when you go to different colleges to visit or being at a party or something like that. And she was saying a bunch of stuff, and what shocked me was when she was like, oh, she went to Valdosta State. Oh no, she can fight. I ain't playing with her. I mean, not saying that, I'm not saying I was one of them, but I'm just saying, if you went to Valdosta, or if you live in Georgia and you ever came down there, we don't play no games. Anyway, so yeah, but I also want to show y'all the backyard, my yard and my neighbor's yard. First of all, let me show you what trees these are. Let me see if I can zoom. It's not. Okay, there we go. Yes, we can. Those smell so amazing, y'all. I'm so excited for my flowers to grow, just so I can smell them. I have a column blend of flowers that I'm trying to figure out where I want to put them, because I want my garden, of course, to feed and to be productive as far as like food and all that. But I also, I do want it to be a beautiful space, and I don't care what anybody say about it. Like, I'm not saying like it's got to be beautiful, like well polished. I just want to come back here, and while I'm working, I could just take a moment and take a deep breath and take it in. You know what I'm saying? Like, God made it, and so therefore I should enjoy it. And also, this is my neighbor's backyard, and these flowers just give me so much. Like, the trees are blooming. You see that? It's beautiful, y'all. So yeah, I thought about putting a little mimosa tree, but I was like, for what, girl? Where are you gonna put it? I could probably find somewhere, because mimosa trees are really pretty. I had looked up good pollinators, and it came up, and they're like this beautiful spray of yellow. We gonna see. Oh, what else did I get? I meant to show y'all. I also got some very local honey from our local feed store, and these are non-state regulated. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna call this rogue honey, but apparently it's someone in my area who is a beekeeper, and they, he stocks them with some honey and they sell them. And so I will be taking this because I really do not want to fight with my allergies this year. I find it to be very aggravating to know that the only reason, like, I won't say the only, the main reason that a lot of us deal with allergies is because there's an imbalance with the trees. If you don't know, look it up. If I'm wrong, my bad, but I'm pretty sure it's logical. So I've read and heard it in different places, but if you don't know, it has been said that there was a time where people, they were trying to control like where trees drop seeds or like something, and someone had the bright idea and said, ooh, what we should do is just plant more male trees than female trees. When has controlling or trying to control a natural order that we haven't even scratched the surface of understanding. When has that worked well for anyone? Because I remember thinking, like, ain't no way my ancestors was dealing with a lot of this. Maybe if they moved from like one part of the world to another, I won't say moved, was kidnapped. Maybe it's like, dang, I ain't never been around these kind of plants, which is still in its own way an imbalance. But it just didn't seem to make sense. I'm like, all the little books I used to read growing up about history and things, and especially those with my complexion and deeper, I never said they had a sinus infection. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was like fighting scurvy and shit. Like, I got questions. So now that I've learned that this comes from, people in certain positions that can make weird decisions, such as choosing to have more male trees than female trees, it all makes sense. It's aggravating. So I will be taking this. I eat a lot of honey anyway. I think in a year or two, I may consider keeping bees. I want bees. I want chickens. And I'm wondering if I got the space for real. And I got to think about the time. And I'm making up excuses. I know. I'm aware. I have watched enough Lead Farmer 73 to know that all I got to do is pack them tight and they'll be right. That's all I got to do. Feed them. Leave them plenty of water. You know what I'm saying? The loved ones I have that take interest in such things would probably be delighted to come check in on my chickens once a week or whatever. But we'll see. I'm not rushing. Right now, I want to focus on vegetation. And after that, then I may consider bees and or chickens. I don't want to do too much at one time. It's going to be one or the other in no type of order. It's going to be either chickens or bees and chickens. Just because it seems interesting and helpful. And as far as the chickens, I think I probably would lean more towards chickens. Just because, first of all, I'm not eating meat right now. I don't anticipate I will be eating meat anytime soon, because I do feel very good without it. And I know that also comes from store-bought chicken and things like that. But honestly and truly, just me and how I live my life and the way I love animals. And it's not I'm not against anybody eating meat. It's just me. Like, it's just kind of like, I just really like how I feel eating plant-based. That's just really what it comes down to. But, it couldn't hurt. And I don't eat eggs directly. So I eat plant-based, but that don't mean that I won't have a slice of cake. And I'm not exactly discriminating as to whether or not it has an egg in it or not. If they're not using like a flax egg, like these egg replacements they've been coming out with, I got this little bump and it hurt. Anyway, if it ain't a flax egg, I tried an egg replacement situation from a certain brand. I ate 2 bites and it just felt like toxicity. The flavor wasn't my favorite, but it just something in me was like, no, if you're gonna do eggs, just do eggs. And if you need an egg replacement, just make you a flaxseed, a tablespoon of flaxseed, whip it in some water, and there you go, baby. You got a replacement for your egg. But that mess. And then when I offered it to my dog, now my big dog Kyle's a little bit more prejudiced with food. He can be picky. That doggone Minnie, the little one, she'll eat about anything. When I gave her a piece and she put it down and looked at me like, now can I get my treat now? I said, oh, I'm throwing these little sandwiches away because I made little egg sandwiches, right? Caught myself making a little situation. Oh, no, I threw them away. Threw them away. Even a little piece she dropped. Threw that away. I'll be doggone. You ain't gonna kill my baby. Sure won't. So, yeah. So I'm not against using an egg. Like if I want to make a cake or something like that, I'll use an egg. Like I don't have a problem with that. I just haven't been eating them a lot just because I've been plant-based and I've been able to thrive fine without them. But again, if I have chickens and I have eggs, I'm gonna probably use them in something. And also share with my loved ones. So that's one part. I know that's a whole long way of saying that. And the compost value. You know, being able to you can compost in their coop. You can also use the chicken manure and collect that and put that in your garden, and you ain't got to buy fertilizers. You know, even though I get a good price on my compost, the bags of compost I buy, the compost I get is like $5 a bag. And it's a big bag. It's a good size bag. But my goal is to try to, to create a system of sustainability as much as I can. So I can't do everything, but I can do as much as I can. You feel me? So that's pretty much that. So I am considering, I think I probably would lean more towards getting the chicken coop, having chickens before I have bees. Also, my coworker, he actually has chickens. I think he's considering beekeeping too, actually, because him and I will talk about stuff, and he refers to his space as a homestead, and I'll be like, twinsies. So I'm probably going to talk to him a little bit more about it, because he already offered. I think I told y'all he offered to build my coop for me if I decide to do it. And I've been also looking into, the types of chickens. There's some chicken that I remember Led and a couple other people mentioned. I said Led like I know him. Okay, Mr. Led, because he grown, and I'm not as grown as him. He's grown, but I ain't that grown. Well, he old enough to be a young uncle, so he's still a Mr. Led. So, yeah. But yeah, Lead Farmer 73 was talking about, I forgot the name of it, but I would know it if I saw the name written on a piece of paper. So we're going to see. But that's not this year. That is not this year. That is not this year. If I do it, it'll probably be next spring. I know that there's concerns about the availability and all this stuff, but I'm just going to trust for the best. I live in the South. Even if I can't get the chickens I want, I can find me some chickens. Okay. So, yeah, man. I hope everything's going well with you all. I'm here chilling, like I said. Trying to figure out what I want for dinner. I had a really big salad earlier, and it was blessing. That salad was blessing. I was supposed to go to the Nam the Moon. I was going to make some ackee and green banana, but I could save that for the weekend. Because I ain't got no green banana in the house. Yeah, I'm going to kick it. Actually, I think I'm going to just chop up some avocado. I got some falafel that I can just put in the oven. I might do like an avocado salsa, like some lime juice, chop up half a red onion in there, a little jalapeno, season that up, juice it up, and make me like a falafel taco. Because I have some corn tortillas that I ain't used yet. Or maybe instead of falafel, I'll do lentils. I'll cook up some lentils, and then I'll put the avocado on there with a little bit of salsa and some tahini, because that tahini tahini set everything off. Okay, but all right, I'm gonna get out y'all face. I hope y'all have a good one. Bye.